So here we are, guys. This is right here, downtown Syracuse, Clinton Square. This is the Jerry Rescue Monument. This is a monument that talks about an enslaved man who had come to Syracuse. He was caught and put in jail, and some of the other abolitionists came and broke him out of jail. And this is a monument to that man who was called Jerry. So if you come down here to Clinton Square, you can see the Jerry Rescue Monument. As we walk around here and walk through, it even gives a little bit of the understanding and the history, what it talks about, okay, what it says here. So this plaque says the Jerry Rescue. In 1827, the state of New York was among the first in the Union to abolish slavery. By the mid-1800s, Syracuse was known nationally as a hub of anti-slavery activity. Harriet Tubman, Gerrit Smith, and Reverend Samuel J. May, and the Reverend Jermaine W. Logan lived in the area and played historic roles, helping escaped slaves reach freedom and the safety in the northern United States and Canada. They organized and maintained the secret routes and hiding places known as the Underground Railroad. Their abolitionist sentiments were shared by many men and women in the community. When Congress passed the Fugitive Slave Law in 1850, a local vigilance committee publicly called on people everywhere to oppose it. Then Mayor Alfred H. Hovey was one of the community leaders who denounced the law as a most flagrant outrage upon the inalienable rights of man. With the attention of the national focus and the acts of civil disobedience, this position might spark great American orator Daniel Webster came to Syracuse and delivered a dramatic address from a balcony overlooking City Hall. He warned the supporters of the Vigilance Committee of the dire legal consequences they faced opposing to the Fugitive Slave Law. Meanwhile, William Jerry Henry had escaped from slavery in Missouri and was working as a cabinet maker and cooper in Syracuse. At noon on October 1st, 1851, he was apprehended, taken before the U.S. Commissioner and charged as a fugitive slave. Alerted, the Vigilance Committee sprang into action. A first disorganized attempt to free Jerry that afternoon failed, but later that evening, as a mob of outraged citizens, both black and white, stormed the jail across Clinton Street from this site and rescued him. Jerry was hidden in the city for a few days and spirited north along the Underground Railroad to Kingston, Ontario. 27 people, including Logan and 11 other black citizens, were indicted for their involvement. Enoch Reed, a black man, was the only person convicted of any crime related to the rescue. It was a minor offense, and he died before his case could be heard on appeal. For many years afterward, abolitionists from all over the North gathered in Syracuse on October 1st to celebrate Jerry's rescue. And then we've got a little monument here talking about the symbolism, about the wall, that the star is the light in the darkness, representing hope, and we talked about how they needed that hope. The brick walls symbolize buildings or barriers that can keep them in or keep them out. And the foreground figures aiding Jerry's represented Samuel J. May and Reverend Jermaine Logan, who did not physically take part in the event but were instrumental in arranging the rescue. The broken shackles Jerry wears emphasize the failure of legal authority to impose unjust restraints upon human rights or limit human dignity. So here we have the Jerry Rescue monument right here in Syracuse, talking about slavery and what it meant to the North and how Syracuse was so important in the abolitionist movement. And here you go, right down at the pond where you can go ice skating. So there it is.